Welcome to episode 2 of Spooky with Shay. In this week's episode, I will show you how I turned this dollar store plaque into a TJ Maxx-inspired witchcraft plaque. This craft was inspired by Chic on the Cheap's Dollar Tree Farmhouse crafts. I also had a little bit of help from my sweet familiar Victor Neo. First, you will need some black spray paint. This is completely optional, but I wanted to be sure that the plaque was extra glossy when I was finished with it. Next, you will need a mini screwdriver set in order to open and reseal the plaque once it's finished. I chose crafter's tape to keep the background smooth, but you can use a glue stick. A pair of scissors, a protractor or ruler for measuring and centering the picture onto the frame, cardstock paper with a design of your choice. I personally printed something from PowerPoint. And finally, a frame. Now let's get crafting. This is the wall art I decided to use. I found this in the photo section of Dollar Tree along with other photo frames and various wall art. Thanks to Chic on the Cheap's video, I knew that I would need these small screwdrivers from Dollar Tree in order to remove the picture hanger on the back of the plaque. I then began the tedious task of trying to remove this back piece from the frame. Luckily, it came out with no issues, and then I ended up removing the 3D part of it that said good morning. I was then left with these two separate pieces and began to work on the frame. I then went outside and sprayed down the two frames with the glossy black paint for my scrying mirror tutorial. This is completely optional, but I did like the way that it made the frames extra glossy at the very end of the craft. I decided to use one of my most favorite quotes, "Not every witch lives in Salem," for this project. I first cut it out pretty haphazardly in order to ensure that I had enough room to be able to perfectly measure it. After doing that, I multiple times put the plaque in front of it and held it up to my ceiling fan in order to ensure that it was exactly in the middle. I then used the protractor just to double check and ensure that everything was centered up. I know it seems like it's a little extra step, but I wanted to really make sure that this looked like a professionally done computerized piece. After trimming off the excess paper, I removed any blemishes that may have gotten on it while I was measuring. I then used my craft tape and applied it all over the back of the paper. By using craft tape, I didn't have to worry about the back showing through the printed paper. I then secured it onto the back of the plaque. While securing the paper to the plaque, press firmly. Do not rub the paper because your ink can smear. If your ink does smear, don't worry. If you've used the craft tape, you can easily remove the paper and print out a new one. Now, all that was left was to reassemble the plaque. Some videos I watched show to reassemble it with glue, but I figured that if I just pushed hard enough and then reapplied the picture hanger, that it would fit, and it did. After a few quick turns of the screw, I was able to complete the project. And here's the finished look. Once again, thank you so much to Chic on the Cheap for inspiring this craft. I will link her video down below if you want to go check it out. She has some great farmhouse DIYs and other awesome Halloween DIYs. This TJ Maxx-inspired witch plaque was so much fun to make, and I love the endless possibilities that PowerPoint and the Dollar Tree provide. If you decide to make this craft yourself, be sure to tag me on Instagram at @Craven_Shay or use the hashtag SpookyWithShay. Be sure to like and subscribe, and if you have any occult DIY ideas, be sure to drop them in the comments below. Until next time, see you later, spooky friends.